here for so long, and to have people, I mean, great guys like you say such kind things about us is just wonderful. Um, we've been truly blessed. I think one of the, oh, I don't know this, but Vita's here. She's my daughter-in-law. She can tell you what the what she's doing now because she's kind of taken over my role
But
since I'm so
when she's
old.
taking over your role,
I just go down, greet everybody, and have a good time now.
that's exactly
That's
that's
what
why
you're
they keep
supposed to
coming.
do.
You
That's
need to
right.
sit out front a little more. People come.
I quit my.
Why is this now? Because
Uh,
because there is a pandemic, but I think you've seen the equivalent of those things. I think it's a bit of gentrification. I think that people who have moved into that area don't have necessarily the connection or appreciation to it for it. But what would you assess, Vita? What would you say that it is in your estimation? What has put you guys in such a, I would say, compromised position right now?
I think Ben's was always known as the meeting place.
Right.
So it's a gathering place. Like when Mom spoke of the 68 riots and, we were given special privileges to stay open and because we fed the first responders and so forth. People came. Mom tells us the story of people came right after because crying but they needed that comfort. They needed to feel like the community was together in a place, and that's what Ben's represented for the community. Coming now, I remember when when the pandemic first started happening, I remember people were coming and we're like, no, you have to stand 6 feet apart. And it was hard because it's almost, we're huggers. So they just wanted to hug. And then I tried to do the elbow thing and that didn't work because we couldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the difference. I think that's the hardest part. I think also you're right. I think, we had to immediately close 7 out of our 8 businesses, close and U Street is down to one shift and a loss of 80% of the business. It's
Isn't that supposed to be a small business loan or a small business considerations that you guys should more than qualify for? What is the situation with that?
So we had round one. There was round one, and unfortunately we didn't make it. They said we were in line, and money ran out before we got any. And then the good news is second round. Um, but this opened up on Monday or Tuesday, and they said we were approved for that. So we'll see what comes of that. But from what we heard from the bank yesterday, we were approved.
Oh,
So
that's
we'll
good news.
I'm going to tell you a story. I was doing a special there, and it was called Unapologetic, and I wasn't sharp.
yeah.
Yeah, and I went there, and I didn't know what I wanted to say, and I went there, and I had a drink and something to eat, and I felt that sense of comfort you were talking about, and I went back to the hotel. I took a nap, and I killed it, and I think that people need to understand we cannot ask for permission to have our landmarks, our institutions. We don't have to ask. We shouldn't have to ask people to see the viability of what we've been through and what you mean to us. So if there's anything as a community, and I know that because ultimately your pantheon, your story, your scroll, you are all the things we've been through recently. So what is it that we can do as people who understand what connection and what community and what landmarks in history are like? What can we do to kind of help you all?
That's a really good question. I
That's
think
why they gave me a show, baby. That's what I do.
oh, I love you.
Where do we start?
I know.
What can
See,
you do?
that's the best thing. It's like,
Where do we start?
I think it's I think that's a very good question because there's so much uncertainty, DL. It's
Yeah.
so much.
One thing that's certain, you are a great place to be and a
Indeed.
great place to eat. So how about, is there a way that do you guys ship food? Do we have to go there to order? Like, what do we have to do? If I order some food, I want some pictures. So you got to do that. But that's just
That's
me.
so different.
What one thing you say we can do as a community?
So one of the things.
Come visit us.
Yes,
There you
yes.
go.
So yes, come visit. So one of the things Mom did that she didn't speak of is that during the 68 riots and so forth, she actually fed the first responders, healthcare workers, and all of that.
Right.
So, right? So that was kind of cool part of history. So fast forward 61 years, we started just giving back to the community like Mom did 61 years ago. So we started feeding the healthcare workers and first responders. And what we noticed when people kept asking, what can we do to help? We said, you know what, if you want to donate to the foundation, all 100% of the money goes back to
What's the name of the foundation, baby?
Ben's Chili Bowl Foundation.
And we feed
That's
first responders. We can keep a landmark alive. And I get 2 pictures, right? That's
He's gonna get his pictures.
Yeah, Ben and I always gave back to the community, but the younger folks, my sons and their wives, decided to do it in a more formal way. They formed the beautiful Ben's Chili Bowl Foundation. So we get donations to the foundation, and they ask us to feed. For example, the Turkish embassy called the other day and wanted us to provide 200 lunches for whomever we chose, and we chose Howard University Hospital.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It amazes me. One thing that I don't care where you go. Like, there are always just iconic places. You want to see the Watchtower or the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You want to see Harlem. You want to see there are places in Chicago and New Orleans. You want to see places in Atlanta and Houston and Dallas and Oakland. The place I always wanted to see. I swear to God, I didn't care anything about governance. I didn't care anything about the Lincoln Memorial. I didn't care. I wanted to go to Ben's Chili Bowl because literally everybody who I'd ever respected as an entertainer, people, as an author, as an artist, always referred to that. And I think one of the things you do is when you're on the road a lot and away from people, you need to have a sense of connection. And I think when people are lost, they need to go somewhere to feel connected again. And even if it's just for that, we can't let people take the things that we need to be connected to the things we're from.
Well, I'm so happy to hear you say that. And the community has responded to us in that way. I mean, we've had people from all over the country, even foreign countries, saying, "Oh, what can we do?"
All the way from Alabama. All the way.
Everybody wants that chili.
Especially Alabama.
Hey, I love you. I know you're going to survive. After this is over, I'm going to get 2 things: some chili and a couple of them pictures. Y'all promise. Don't act like y'all don't know what I'm talking about. See what I'm saying?
I want to see you come in. I want to see you.
I promise you will. I'll see you soon.